Welcome second and third graders. Today we're going to make a pinch pot, and I'm really excited to do this with you. We've been working for a few weeks now doing drawings, but we're actually going to make it. You've got a box. This one's blue and some of them are white, some of them are gray, but you got a box in a bigger bag that was delivered last Tuesday. And what I want you to do is to open up the box, and inside the box you will see that this one doesn't have it, but you will see something like this. It's actually a placemat that you're going to use to make sure that you don't dirty your table. That's what that's for. We don't really want to mix up clay with other things like food, because there's a lot of bacteria in clay. Then I want you to open up your bag, and inside your bag you'll find a wet piece of clay. So we're going to put this back like this, and we're going to be kind of pounding our piece of clay like this, just a little bit. This is called wedging, and you're going to make it into a perfect smooth ball, just like that. Just like that. So once it's nice and smooth, you want to check it and sometimes use your thumb to get rid of any cracks. And once you have a nice smooth ball, you're ready for the next step. So the next step is to take your thumb and put it in the center and bring it all the way past your knuckle. Work it in until it starts to bulge a little bit on the bottom. Okay? And so you're going to go all the way, stick your whole thumb in as far as you can, and it should stick like a mushroom on your thumb. Okay, then keep it on your thumb and twist your thumb around a little bit like this. Twist the ball around. And then I want you to take these 4 fingers and I want you to pinch the bottom for a while. And you'll see when you do that the hole will get a little bit bigger. And what you're trying to do is make the clay that's that thick be about that thin. And you can tell between your 4 fingers and your thumb just how thick something really is. And I'm going to keep going here. And you're gently doing this. You're just moving it a little bit at a time. And you're pinching it almost 100 times for quite a while. So we're going to do this for a long time. Doesn't take too long, but it takes some time. And I want you to really get into your project too, so just be really calm when you do this. It's a very calming thing anyway to have Mother Earth in your hands, the clay from Earth. This is why we have to be careful with it, because although clay comes from the earth, sometimes it has a lot of bacteria in it, so you want to make sure after you're going to wash your hands. Now I'm working my way up because I feel like my walls are very thin here, but they're very thick up here. So the next step is to very gradually work your way up. And instead of going straight up, I'm going to tilt my thumb all the way back like this and just get this part that's really thick. And it will actually come in, which is kind of nice. Come inward, and I'll keep that. I want that small hole there. So I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go back down, and I'm just going to work on this for a long time until it's the way I want it. I get a little crack there, so I can always fix that. You want to be really gentle when you make pinch pots. It's like that. So much fun making a pinch pot. They do not have to be perfect, but they have to look like a pot. If you don't feel like they look like a pot, you can put this back into a clay ball again and start completely over. Sometimes artists have started 3 times over to get the pot that they really want. Now this is a hand that's going to support, and this is the hand that's doing all the work in terms of the pinching. Do not do this. Do not put your hands in here and try to pinch. If you try to do that, you'll pull the whole thing apart and it will actually crack and split and break apart. Okay, so you don't want to do anything but keep your thumbs in the middle. Okay, now this is all you do to make your pot, is you use your thumbs and your 4 fingers on the outside to make a pinch pot. I'm going to try to bring this in a little bit, create a curve. Okay, and I'm pretty satisfied with this. It's a little thick in here, so I'm going to work a little longer. And then if you have a little cup of water, you can just put your fingertips in it and smooth your clay out a little bit. Don't put a lot of water on there, just a little bit, just to smooth it out. If you have any little cracks. And it kind of smooths it out almost immediately. And make it as perfect as you want. And that's that step. Your final step is to take a tool. I'm going to take, you can take a pencil if you want and make a design of some sort. And for this one, I'm going to start at the bottom. Oop, I get a crack here, don't I? And what I'm going to do is just do this. I'm going to put these little dents in it. And you might have a tool. There's all kinds of tools you can use. And I'm going to make mine just like this. I'm going to start like this, and then I'm going to make bumps on it all the way around. And you can put it on the table when you do this. Just make a nice pattern. A pattern is a symbol like a circle that's repeated over and over again. And I'm just going to keep going. I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. Just like that. Then I'm going to do the top. Just like that. And so now my pot has this kind of bumpy look to it, which is kind of cool. It has a nice design. And the last thing I want you to do is to write your name. So I'm going to put, and you can do this with a pencil. I'm going to do it with a pencil. Mr. I want to do this very, very good so everyone else can read your writing. So take your time writing your letters. And then the year would be good. 2020. So it's the year 2020. And that's our project for today. Then make it kind of stand the way you want to by giving it a good kind of base. I just broke the rule, didn't I? I just realized I wanted to push that down. All right, so don't push it down too much. And then the last thing I want you to do is to wrap this in cellophane. If it doesn't, it may not fit in the bag. That's why it may not fit back in the bag. Don't try to force it. Just wrap it with cellophane, put it back in your box, and then put the lid on and get it back to Mr. Vermette as soon as you can, this week or the beginning of next week. I'd love to see these, and what I'm going to do is fire them in an oven that's 5 times hotter than the highest setting on your oven. So your ovens mostly go up to 500 degrees. The oven I'm going to fire your pottery in is going to be 2,000 degrees. And then when I get these back to you, we'll paint them, and then you'll get them back to me again, and I'll glaze fire them, and then you'll have a wonderful pot for Christmas. Have a great week, everybody. Don't forget to wrap these in plastic. And don't forget to wash your hands. You have to wash your hands, particularly underneath your fingernails, so that you don't accidentally eat clay. That can be a bad thing because it has a lot of bacteria in it. Have a great week, everybody, and I'll see you next time.